You're listening to the Game Tenants Podcast.
What's up, and welcome to the Game Tenants Podcast, the failed adventures of two gamers and their quest for Gamecast stardom.
AKA worthlessly lazy, but so game crazy.
I am Church of the Game Grinder, and as always, joined by my excellent co-host, Jason of Corpse Flood Gaming.
What up?
Episode 106?
166. Holy shit.
Can't believe it.
How do we get here?
I'm sorry.
Where am I? Yeah.
New year, same podcast for the most part.
New Year been kicking my fucking ass. Canada's back on their like big lockdowns and shit. So the little bit of stuff I was able to do, I can't even do that now.
I don't even want to talk about what's going on in the US.
Yuck. Oh, there was some good news today. But there's some good news today.
We got some things to talk about.
We're talking about video games, not fucking politics.
Could talk about some politics and video games, maybe. At most.
But yeah, if it's really good, juicy stuff, maybe. So lots to talk about. Not really, but yeah, we're going to talk like there's lots to talk about because that's how we do.
That's exactly how we do. So, I guess before we do...
How's your new year, whatever bullshit? Resolutions and...
None. I don't really make resolutions.
Fuck yeah, we don't.
Hey,
why start the year off with a lie?
If everybody could see me right now, I'm pointing to my little script that says worthlessly lazy but so game crazy. That's why.
I got it on my belt buckle.
No, my New Year's resolution's always the same. Be a better person, better my situation. That's it. Simple. Easy peasy.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Cool. Continue not being garbage.
Pretty much,
Sweet.
You think that would be
that should just be like a daily affirmation. I don't think I'm gonna be a piece of shit today.
You'd think that would be the thing to do, but
some people are like, man, 2022 is my year. I've been kind of being a piece of shit for like last 13 days. Had that 13 days on the life so far. I don't know, I've been kind of a lazy piece of shit, but I try to be an upstanding person as far as not being a total prick to others, but whatever.
Is what it is. Okay. Retro game highlight. Last time, Chris, the old ass retro gamer, joined us as he does for the end of the year podcast. So if you haven't listened, you should do that.
Yeah. And he talked about those. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we really do need to hype up that last episode because I didn't make a resolution or anything, but I kind of let you know I was still alive and shit because I've been kind of staying off social media for the most part until maybe like yesterday. I haven't really been posting anything at all, meaning I didn't share the last episode of the podcast like anywhere. What a piece of shit. So, like I said, 2022 is my year. I lied. I even lied about not being a piece of shit. Like, I'm just such a piece of shit that you just take anything I say with a grain of salt for the rest of this episode. Just full on trash.
You know what's not full on trash? Philosoma.
I thought you said feel my stoma, and I was like, I didn't know you used to smoke. But yeah.
Definitely did not say that.
I just rolled along with it. I was like, yeah, what are you talking about? Just kidding. Yeah.
Philosoma.
There we go. Sounds like a Harry Potter word.
PlayStation 1. Unique shoot 'em up that I checked out and actually looks pretty cool.
It does. I won't play it. I want to play all the shoot 'em ups, as you know, I'm a big fan of that shit.
Yes, sir.
Well,
So-
I'm gonna not to be outdone. I've got one of my own. It's not a shoot 'em up, but
Is it retro?
yeah, it is.
Oh, dude.
I'm going with Rush 2 on N64.
Mm.
And that's something you're not going to hear very often from me, is me hyping up a racing game.
Rush of the San Francisco Rush series.
Yep. I hope I didn't already talk about this game, but
Don't
I
believe
love
so.
this. I love this game. I believe I've mentioned it. I think when we were talking about some kind of racing something. But yeah, it's like an excellent arcadey racing game, which is how I like my racing games, either kart racing or arcadey, unrealistic kind of shit, like Burnout, stuff like that.
Mhm.
That I can get into that. But yeah, the racing's all right. It's pretty cool. There's lots of very around this time of, around this era type cheats, huge wheels, bunch of stuff. So much Mountain Dew cans. I think Mountain Dew cans are like the collectibles in this game.
Makes sense.
It's so late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It just, and the music's all like just such a product of its time.
Absolutely.
But it's not even the racing that I even care about. It is this stunt track in this game. It is hours and hours of fun. Even more fun if you're using said codes like moon gravity and all this other shit. It's so cool. It's like playing Hot Wheels on this like big track where there's lots of jumps and stuff. And I'm not making it sound super amazing, but me and my friend rented the shit out of this game because I never saw it to buy. And when I got back into retro like collecting, like started trying to build my N64 collection again from zero, it was one of the first games I was like, you know what? I gotta have this game. And it felt so good to actually own this game that I'd rented, not even kidding, probably like 25 times. And yeah, we'd stay up all night just playing the same track, just jumping around until we ran out of time, starting over again.
Yeah, fun games. I don't know if I've played that one. I know I played Rush 2049 on the 64, but I think for the most part I played it in the arcade.
Yeah, you'd think of how much I love Rush 2. I would like check out the other games that I also have to see if there's like a comparable super fun track on those, but I cannot be bothered for some reason. I'm like, no, this one gets straight to the point. Rush 2. You don't need that San Francisco and cruise, like all
the nostalgia hook for you.
Yeah, they're just like, we got to make the name longer so people think it's a more advanced game. Nah, fuck that shit. Just Rush 2, right to it. Do flips, drink Mountain Dews. Good shit.
There you go.
Play it for fun. Give it, if you got kids, set them up with the shit. I bet you they'll have as much fun as I did when I was.
Oh yeah, racing games and kids, man.
Oh yeah, just driving around aimlessly doing flips and shit. It's like, why are you putting those cars on the floor and then just throw them directly in the trash and set up an N64? You're not stepping on that shit anymore. It's awesome. You might be tripping over some cords, but if you're a gamer, you're used to that shit already. So yeah.
All right, so got some cool stuff. Although I'm sure everybody's heard about it because when the podcast is released, this stuff will be available. But at least at the time of recording, it's not available. And didn't mention it last time because I could have, but I forgot to. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night has another new mode being released for free.
Classico.
Yeah, classic mode, which
I thought we were saying to go. You stopped in the middle. I feel like I just cut you off. That was bullshit. One more time.
There's awkward overlap. There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to talk over you. Sorry, man. I'm so rude.
No. Yeah. Classic mode.
It's pretty cool. I'm more stoked for more. I'm gonna wait till they're done putting out these little updates and stuff, and I'm gonna do that other run I keep talking about on the Xbox One version.
I like spacing these modes out. I mean, especially for the characters, anyways, because I would not be able to play through like Miriam and then immediately play through as Zangetsu and then Bloodless. Like you're gonna get burned out if you do that. So between the characters at least.
Exactly. It was like what we were just talking about last episode about me getting pissed off about Miles Morales locking that platinum and a bunch of crap and playing the game immediately again. You're like, no, I loved it. Don't make me resent it. Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, all these other modes are available right from the not available from the get-go, or are they available if you've already beat the game?
They are. Zangetsu, as far as I know, is the only one that requires you to beat the game first.
Okay.
Or Bloodless, just put in the code. This one, I'm assuming this is just going to be a menu option. I guess that I'm not sure about yet.
Maybe it's like a difficulty option
or something. But I mean, it's a locked, side view, straight platformer like original Castlevania. So it'd be interesting to see how they take the game and make use of it in that mode. And I saw some other games basically getting like an Easter egg level. I forget the name of the game. Is some game I didn't really know much, like Two Towns. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I thought I saved it in my phone, but I guess I didn't. I was actually just looking that up because it reminded me of it since we were talking about the game. But yeah, I don't see it anywhere here.
It is Kingdom 2 Crowns.
That's what I said. You listening or what? Tired of being ignored on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, that's cool. Crossovers. Hopefully you find new fans.
Yeah. And more free content. You can't beat that. Rare.
Speaking of being a fan, a game that we're both big fans of. Have you ever played this game? Or are you just big a fan of it anyway? Have you played this game?
I've played this game.
Well, it's finally coming back. Tomorrow as of recording. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Complete Edition. It's finally coming back. We've known this for a bit. Well, we've been chomping at the bit, waiting for someone to announce a physical edition. And who but Limited Run Games. So far, I'm throwing so far in there from now on big releases like this because they stung me on that Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this one I could see that happening again just because it's a Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it has to be like the most like asked for game, just like period.
Like they can probably sleep at night now and they can actually like turn on notifications on social media. It's not just getting pelted with "When's Scott Pilgrim coming out?" Because it's like someone yelling Slayer at any concert ever. Like there's always someone who's gonna be like Scott Pilgrim in like every post they ever put out. Yeah. So like there's always that guy at a concert that doesn't even involve Slayer going fucking Slayer. And if I don't hear that guy, I become that guy because I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here? What's going on here at this kid's Christmas concert at this school?
Yeah. And at the same time, it's also like the poster child of the victims of digital only and delisting.
Yeah. That shady shit that no one likes.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it myself. I mean, I never lost access to it because it's still on my 360 Elite.
Yeah, I got it on my PS3.
But that's that's a pretty old model there, bud. So
yeah.
it's only we got a finite amount of time left. So that's a very special Xbox to me though, because that's the one I beat the world record on.
Mm-hmm.
Both times I did it.
Very nice.
So yeah, it's getting a Viking funeral when it dies. No, I'm not gonna burn it. I love it. It'll be like a trophy case or some shit.
Yeah. But as you said, physical edition, which is excellent. So at least there will always be a way to play the
Yeah.
game.
I'm stoked on it, but I kind of don't care about any of the extras that any of the things are given out except for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's all just a bunch of stickers and papercraft stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely going to get the limited edition because it comes with the soundtrack.
yeah.
Not sure about the collector's edition. Yeah, it just seems like it's a bunch of extra stuff. Like, I like Scott Pilgrim. Like, the game is awesome. It's a ton of fun.
I don't need to rep a whole bunch of merch for it though. Like I've got a shirt, and I think that's far enough. I have the game and the shirt. That's good. I don't remember where I got the shirt from. I just found a shirt like 2 years ago. And like clearance. I was like, clearance. I wish I could find this game physically like this on clearance. And then finally, here we are like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Dreams do come true. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just yell at limited run until they figure something out. Well, we knew a physical edition definitely was coming because the creator of Scott Pilgrim or the game or whatever was like, we are actively looking into getting physical distribution. So it wasn't a losing battle to continue to whine a few more weeks for it. So
yeah, I do really have a feeling that limited run played a big part in this game getting re-released.
So like, come on, you sluts, please, I can't go anywhere in public. People threatening my family. Just releases beat him up again, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I'm super happy, and I think I will likely double dip on the game because, of course, limited run is going to take like 6 months for their physical version, even if you just get the standard to get made. So
yeah, they should kind of get the ball rolling on that shit. You think? Like everywhere else seems to get it to you much farther. And I gotta say, they're the biggest of these companies. They need to sort themselves out. They like figure it out by now.
Yeah, I don't know their situation.
I mean, I know there's more demand because they do a lot of the open pre-orders and stuff, but like start a run of like, you know, what you know you're gonna sell and then top it up, I think would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, some games take stupid long. I mean, Skullgirls
wasn't that like 2 years almost?
It was over. I think it was a year.
Oh, okay,
like right about a year, and then
that's another thing you'll see in every one of their posts. They're releasing a game. They're like, "Hey, how about my game I ordered 8 months ago, guys?"
Yeah,
there's always that guy that's like fed up.
Yeah.
Can't always make everyone or anyone happy. So
true.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. Good things to start off the year.
So you mean by double dip, are you're gonna get it on the Switch also, or you're just gonna get it from the other company that inevitably announces that they're also doing a limited edition of it?
You know, if they do,
like it'll be on Amazon, just like Streets of Rage 4. Like I don't really get butthurt about how long it takes them to get shit, but when someone who announces it after gets it out like way before you,
yeah,
then you're kind of like, fuck you a little bit there, bud. So
yeah. Well, I meant more get the like limited edition or something, and then get it digitally on.
Oh, I see how you're rolling.
Yeah.
Cool. They get it on PS5 then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Did you get one yet?
I don't know if I'll get it on PC. I don't know where I'm gonna get it.
Did you get one yet?
PS5, I have not. Hope to.
Did you kind of give up, or did you just?
Yeah, I haven't been looking. Just
get the black one. Why even buy a white one?
What?
Get the black one.
What black one?
You haven't seen
the brand,
the PS2 themed black one.
Yeah, black. I mean, I would love to get that, but
then get it.
It's custom made.
Enabler bro here, man. Just get it. Buy it.
It's a custom made.
What? Can of spray paint. What, $6 tops? You got this. You're artsy.
That's definitely not why I don't have a PS5, because I didn't want the white one. It's just Bad timing. But I hope by the end of February I can have a PS5.
With the amount of games I'm seeing are getting pushed back into not even next year to like the year after already, not even 2 weeks into this year, I'm really hoping that new God of War still stays on that 2021 release window. And they release that collector's edition that I know they're going to have, and then I can buy that.
Good.
Or be probably more angry than you are about not getting one at launch. Not trying to be competitively angry about something, but I know how angry I get when I want something and I don't get that. I'm like, after all I've put up with, can I just get a God of War PS5 for Christ's sake? Yeah.
Well, I hope you do.
I will.
So on PS5 related, there's an interesting little bit about Nier Automata that has kind of been a thing. Years ago, Yoko Taro, the director, creator of Nier, had made a tweet that there's still one secret in the game that was undiscovered. And that secret has finally been found. And I kind of have mixed feelings about it. So basically, some guy reverse engineered and like data mined the game to find this. He found like this random code and decided to like look into it and discovered that if you stand in this right spot during the first boss battle in the game and do a series of commands, it will skip you all the way to the ending E credits, which was like the actual like end of the game. And I like, also I'll say I like how the end credits are part of the game too. It's not just credits. So FYI for anybody listening. But the reason why I have mixed feelings about it is basically there's no way anybody would have been able to find this. Like if a guy had to like data mine the game and like that's, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, to have like, but when you like announce that there's like, oh, here's a secret that people haven't found and make it impossible for anybody to actually discover it besides like,
maybe you're fighting the boss and you got some sick stick drift and you're like, what's it doing? What? I'm at the end of the game.
You have to stand in a very particular spot even.
I know. I read it because it's sent to you. But there's no way you're gonna find this, and it's about as underwhelming as like finally getting to go to that building on GoldenEye in the dam level where you can see it over there, and you go over and you're like, oh, it's just flat bullshit. There's nothing. There's no other level over here. That kid at school lied to me, piece of shit. Bought a Game Shark for nothing. Sorry, that might have just become too real for some people. But it's kind of underwhelming. It's not like a secret door or something kind of, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. But still, I think it's kind of neat.
Still a cool game, though. Buy it.
Play it.
If you play it and you didn't really get it, and just play it some more and you'll get it.
Yeah, just keep playing.
And if you think you got it, because you played for like 6 hours, you didn't get it, just start it again, and you'll be like, oh, there's more game. There's like way more game. Oh, okay.
Well, the first route's like 20 hours.
Some people. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it took me a while.
Speaking of routes,
yes, I did have a paper route.
Road maps.
What?
It's kind of related. As I feel a lot of people like instantly tune out when they hear Cyberpunk right now, which is unfortunate.
See, that's why you wrote CP 2077, like I was going to know what you're talking about in this.
No, I was just trying to abbreviate
what we're going to talk about.
I put
CD lazy. I get it.
CD Project Red.
You know you didn't. You
I want to type it all out.
CDPR.
Well, that's it. I put all abbreviations, so I have to type it out. But yeah, they just put out the roadmap for Cyberpunk.
Cool.
And They are, of course, their priority is fixing the game, getting it going on last gen consoles, I guess, at this point, as you could say, on the PlayStation 4.
Last gen launch consoles.
Yes. So they're pushing, they said they're pushing all other stuff, plans that they did, their DLCs, next gen version. So the PS5 version and the Series X versions are going to be later. They're going to get those PS4, Xbox One versions going. They have 2 patches, big major patches. There's no other hot fixes right now. Although I'm sure they'll put out a couple, which are just little small updates. But they got 2 major patches coming up, and then they have free DLCs, next gen console updates, and I think they said summer maybe is when we might see some DLC stuff coming and those next gen versions.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of stuff they got going for their add-ons, because I know in Witcher 3 they're free add-ons, like for like I think it was like weekly or something. They give you like a little thing here and there. And
yeah,
some stuff was like a side mission or something. But I don't know, it was cool the way they did it. It was just always free, and then they would release the extensive expansions were paid. But I have a feeling they're going to kind of do what Assassin's Creed Unity did, and what they were planning to sell us, they're going to give us, at least the first one.
At least probably the first one. I personally, I don't mind paying for DLC. I want more Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. If you played Cyberpunk, you want more. That's all there is to it. If you haven't played it, you just don't know. You just don't get it. Just play Cyberpunk. Play Cyberpunk, because it is fucking awesome.
Maybe you don't if you haven't bought a console since 2015. Like if you've actually played an upgraded version, or if you own a PC, go for it. That's what Disclaimer I did. I'm like, it's amazing from my point of view. It's one of those point of view games. Like, oh, I run into all this shit. I'm like, how unfortunate. I didn't, so I can only speak to how I played it, and I thought it was great. That's just me.
Yeah. Got some more game announcements, some stuff that you were especially hyped about.
Fuck yeah. Get your fedoras and your man purses ready. And your bull whip. Hey, crack. Because Machine Games is working on an Indiana Jones game. When's the last time we got a decent Indiana Jones game? Have we even gotten a decent Indiana Jones game? There's been a couple okay ones. Nothing that's not made of Legos very much. So they all got a decent amount of jank, but the Lego games,
it's just the Lego games.
I played a couple that got some cool elements, some jank, but yeah, those Lego games. Whoo-wee! It was even fun to play through the shitty Crystal Skull.
I haven't played them, but I hear they're decent.
I have. I've completed those ones. Thousands and thousands on those motherfuckers. I played Lego games since Lego Star Wars, and I always enjoy them. I haven't played every one of them, but I own every one of them, and I'm never let down because I know what I'm expecting. They don't really reinvent the wheel, except for in the case of when Lego Batman 2 came out, and they were like, oh, instead of this little hub, how about this gigantic city? And you're like, no, that means I'm gonna have to do more. Which is cool in some aspects, but uncool in this is a palate cleanser game I play in between more serious games. Now it's like a big undertaking instead of like a 8-hour romp. But
yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for a next gen indie game.
Indiana
of the Jones persuasion.
Machine Games is an interesting studio to be working on this. So
yeah,
first person Indiana Jones.
I don't know.
Like,
did it say okay? Quit speculating. Just kidding. No, it's gonna be. I can't wait. It's gonna be like Tomb Raider, but with a guy. but not like Uncharted.
Maybe first person.
Its own thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I always thought. That's what I always thought of Uncharted. I was like, oh, so like Indiana Jones, but they gave him like a faux hawk or something. That's what took me so long to actually try Uncharted. I was like, oh my god, Uncharted! It's like Tomb Raider, but with a guy. That's Indiana Jones, if you ask me.
Yeah,
but without that Harrison Ford charisma
and shooting.
I wonder if they could get old Grumpster himself to do the voicing on it. You think? I don't think.
Cameo, maybe.
How would you cameo the main character? Is he gonna play like he's gonna talk like in a Scottish accent, and he's actually gonna be Indy's dad in this one?
No, I don't think he'll be.
He'll play the Sean Connery role. No, I don't know, man. It would be cool to hear Harrison do it, but I really doubt. Hopefully, they get a not Terminator on Mortal Kombat 11 voice actor to at least impersonate him, like someone that actually sounds like him. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm still sour grapes about that too. How they could get Stallone, and they could get Peter Weller, but they couldn't get Arnold. It's like, did you even ask him? Did you even throw money at him? Come on, man. Moving on. Speaking of, like we were saying about someone getting impeached and losing a bunch of control on some crap they shouldn't have control of in the first place.
I don't think
EA has lost exclusivity of Star Wars.
Yeah,
and that's only a good thing. I think
that's a great thing.
When multiple companies got to take a stab at the Star Wars license, it was only ever a good thing because everyone was doing their best work. They're always trying. There's very few really shitty Star Wars games. And I can say that with confidence.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. I know there's some. And they're usually of the handheld variety. I actually watched a YouTube video like 2 weeks ago about every Star Wars game, worst to best. Right up until Fallen Order. So, yeah. I know there's some shitty ones, but yeah, they're more obscure. I know Chris will tell you, our buddy Chris will tell you there's some shitty ones for sure. But there's also some really, really good ones. So for years, that's what kept Star Wars alive for me, honestly. I didn't give a shit about the prequels, like killed my Star Wars boner so hard for so many years. But even the games, for the most part, of the prequels are really good. So I was like, well, at least these games are fun. And, you know, like all the extended universe games, so much cool shit. So I'm always down for a Star Wars game to at least try it out. I always give it the benefit of the doubt. And usually, not always, I'm not really let down. So Ubisoft is making an open world Star Wars game. A lot of people are speculating, could this be KOTOR 3? And honestly, that'd be cool. But it doesn't have to be. Star Wars is so open. There's so many different cool things that even if it turns out not to be, I don't even think I'll be that disappointed. Mm-hmm. It would be super hyped to see. But
I don't think it would be because of the point that Disney and whatever that lady's name was like the extended universe or expanded universes, no more.
Yeah, it's Legends now.
It's Legends, or was it Legacy?
Legends. Yeah, Legacy, Legends.
So it's like they're like, it's a thing. You can still buy our product, but we don't acknowledge it anymore.
You can still read books. They just don't mean nothing.
Yeah, which
they're just not real. Yeah, they're not real anymore.
Like, which was like this, like it was like for me, it was like first I get the punch in the gut from the prequels. It's like, oh my god, that that was.
I bought so much stuff before seeing that movie.
And then when I'm down on the ground, then Disney's like, they give me that kick to the chest, and it's like, I'm done. I mean, there's still some little bits of hope here and there for Star Wars for me.
Yeah,
but I was
like
I'm a broken man.
You know what I really need? Even if it's in Lego form, I need a goddamn Mandalorian game. And I know a lot of other people are thinking the same
I
thing.
don't.
I
don't. The Mandalorian as a show is perfect as it is. Just leave it alone. Just leave it. No more. It's done.
Oh, I just need some Mando. I need Lego Mando. I don't even care. Lego Mando is fine. I'll gladly take Lego Mando because it's a good way to experience the stories again.
That's
you don't play the Lego games, so you don't know. You don't know what it's all about. You know.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised though that there is a Lego. I'm sure there will be.
Well, they got there's another Lego Star Wars. Like I don't know when the hell it's coming out. I thought it'd be out by now.
Yeah, it's been.
They don't take, but the Skywalker saga. Like you already did all that.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Just do Mando, Lego Mando. So excuse me, but sorry, I got all riled up and got some acid reflux because they didn't give me Lego Mando, and it's been like 3 weeks since the season 2 finale. So my stomach's burning for more Mando. Hey, just for more Star Wars in general. Just keep it on quality of Mando. I'll be happy. Anything Star Wars. Really.
Expectations, bud.
Just don't want to jar to the Goose game.
No,
I'm just cool with more Star Wars. Make up new characters and shit. I don't care. It's more Star Wars game, man.
Yeah.
But Lego Mando would be fine.
Yeah. I guess.
But that's not what Ubisoft's working on right now.
Unless they are.
No, they're not. Take-Two Interactive is going to be making that.
Okay.
My words.
All right. Let's jump into our community question.
Who dat?
So last time, of course, being topical with our best games of 2020 with special guest Chris, the old ass retro gamer.
That was a special one. I love that one. Every year.
Highlight.
I love it.
To go along with that, we asked our listeners and viewers, because it was also an on-camera episode, what your favorite game of 2020 was, or favorite games. We got some responses.
We did?
We did.
How about that? I'm glad that the word got out there that we had a new episode, and it wasn't thanks to me at all. I'm so shitty. 2021 is. I'm gonna try to be less shitty. There we go. I got a resolution. There we go. I never do a resolution on doing a resolution.
Yeah. So Black Metal Gamer says game of the year for me has to be at least 4 games. For storytelling, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. But for pure gameplay, Doom Eternal. While at times the stingy ammo is annoying, it's still fun. Brutal Assault.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I gotta agree with that.
And then Wreck-It Renz says my game of the year may sound weak, but I enjoyed it so much. That game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Having played the original games, seeing them revamped for the PS4 was a real treat. And hey, I'm not gonna hate on that one.
That was a good one.
I had an absolute blast playing through the first one. I haven't played 2 still. So waiting for friends to be able to play through that.
You got PS Plus. I got PS Plus. What up?
True.
And I have that game. It was a fun Conquer sesh. But no Spidey. 0 out of 10 still.
Yeah.
Want that Spidey. Tony Hawk 2X on the original Xbox is still the best version of that game. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed going back to that and seeing what Tony Hawk could potentially be if they try. Looking at you, Tony Hawk 5 and Ride and Downhill Jam. And what other shit has come since American Wasteland?
A few missteps there. Just a few.
Just hard bails. For quite a few.
But I did not prepare a community question for this week or for next week. So,
how you feel about that?
Yeah.
What do you hope they're making for Star Wars games? I want to hear it. I want to hear how much you also want, Lego Mando.
Star Wars pitch.
Yeah, Star Wars pitch. What do you want?
Ooh,
Do you want a Kylo Ren game where they actually show why he's apparently supposed to be a badass? Because the movies didn't.
Let's whatever it is, just let's make it its own thing.
Yeah,
you can acknowledge the world around.
Fallen Order was the perfect way of doing that. It was just like its own. Yeah, you recognize this stuff, but not too heavy on the member berries. Like, you know these things. I've heard of this.
Knights of the Old Republic. Pretty much all my favorite Star Wars games, Dark Forces, like they all have a place, but they're all their own thing.
Yeah.
You
didn't play Fallen Order, did you?
No.
Oh, come on.
Not yet.
It's got to be cheap by now.
Now
all we need is you not to be cheap.
It's more of a priorities thing for me. I got a lot of other stuff.
You got to work on that. You got to work on them priorities, bud.
I watched Mando, so
I'm proud of you. Oh, so good.
It's super good. It's fantastic. Best Star Wars since
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah. It's the most conflicting. I feel like I'm battling turning to the dark side which is turning the movie off. A lot of time when I'm watching Star Wars, like it's the most. I love this so much, or what the fuck is that thing that I like. That's like one of the only things I can say like I like, and I love so much at times. But also, there's other times when I'm like, why do I even watch this? Why do I even care about this? Like it's so conflicting sometimes. And it was video games that kept me on the right path for years. So I hope they keep doing it. And I'm glad more companies get to try their hand at that shit.
Totally. So after a year of conquering games, 160, capping out 160, you're off to the races this year, right?
Yeah. Well, 6 since our last episode, 5 this year.
Dang.
I kind of continued on what I started with last year. I kind of ended last year with a sprinkling of this, but there's a few egregious ones I knew I wasn't going to be able to do in time, but I knew I wanted to do soon. So I said, what time, like the beginning of the year, to knock some of these out. So I actually brought the Wii U to work and knocked out some Wii U because I've been neglecting the Wii U pretty hard. But I still love it, and I needed it to know that.
I wish I could bring my games to work. God, that's awesome.
You could. I don't know if your results as mine.
I could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't last very long. But
yeah, so I don't know. Results may vary. Don't everybody try bringing your games to work. Usually that's kept to like handhelds for break or something like that. But yeah, this worked out. I'm not going to do it very often, but I was just like, man. And I it's one of those things. Usually when I bring a game to work, it's like my work game.
Mm.
Or like, I'll just play this here. Like mostly in the realm of the Switch lately. That's what it's been. But yeah, quite a bit. I brought the Wii U, and the first thing I wanted to take care of was finally finishing Breath of the Wild, because I never did.
He never
even called me out on it.
I didn't know you didn't finish it.
I never finished it, so I went and finished it. Like I constantly say,
you're like,
even if I really love first-party Nintendo games, it's just something. They're so easy to pick up that they're also so easy to put down, because you're like, I'll be able to come back to this whenever. And I was so far in this, and I don't know what took me away from it, as I often don't. I just ADD with games, which is a thing I'm actively. If I was actually to have, besides not being such a piece of shit, resolution, it would be to finish games when I start them. And in a lot of the time on Xbox and PlayStation, it doesn't seem to be a problem. Like I see it through. But Nintendo, whether it be handheld or console, I always seem to just drop a game when I'm really far in it. Oh my god, I love this. Anyway, so yeah, Breath of the Wild, finally finished it. Obviously, it's an awesome game. We talked about it. Now I know the whole complete awesome game it is. I didn't get every Korok seed, so maybe that adds awesomeness to it, but I really doubt it, so I didn't bother.
Nope.
But yeah, I that one took quite a while. I didn't have like a crazy amount to do, but I don't rush games like that, and that's probably why I never finished it. It's because I take my time at Zelda games, and this one's the least linear of the Zelda games, so it's not just like, oh, I got it. I'm stuck here. Oh, I guess I can't, because I don't really ever get stuck in Zelda games. This was more just like okay, stop exploring and do the thing. That was the main problem in this one for me. So I finally had to make myself stop exploring and do the thing, but I did quite a lot of exploring again.
Mm-hmm.
Good game. And then I was like, I'm not done with Zelda-ish stuff yet. And I got the second one for Christmas. And I was like, I don't know if I did, so I should double check. And I was so painfully close to beating Hyrule Warriors that I never beat it. And I thought it's because I thought I did. I had like 5 or 6 missions left, and they don't take very long. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't finish that one. But yeah, I finished it. I started Age of Calamity a little bit. Not too far on that one, because I was like, okay, you know what? No, I'm going to start right over when I started again. But I was just like, I want to see if it plays better, or, because there's a couple things that annoyed me about it. But it seems like they fixed it in the new one from what little I played. And then, I left that at home, and I brought the Switch for the remaining. Not all the remaining, but I finally took down Luigi's Mansion 3. I've been off and on with this game since I got it. Fun game, but I don't know how to describe it. It's like I have fun when I'm playing it, but I have to be in the mood to play it, I guess I should say. Because sometimes I like turn it on and I play it for like 15, 20 minutes. I'm just like, nah, this is boring right now. But then another time I'll play it, I'll be like, oh, how did I stop playing this game? So I've been just chipping away at this since I got it, and I finally put that one to bed. So that was good. That was probably the most progress I had to make in any of the games that I'm talking about today. But yeah, I finally put that one down. That took the better part of like 2 shifts. And then what do we got here next? Oh, sorry, I backed out on my list. Oh, Fire Emblem Awakening. Another game I absolutely loved. I know why I stopped playing this one. It's because I stopped bringing a handheld to work. I didn't bring my I used to play my 3DS at work when I worked at Walmart on my breaks and lunch all the time. A lot, but I don't play handhelds at home typically ever. So now that I got a place where I can actually kind of like bust out a handheld and play it once in a while.
Yeah, sure.
I finished off a few games. Like I finished off Bravely Default, and I bounced back and forth between this and Bravely Default almost exclusively when I was bringing this to work. So felt good to finally finish that. That's what really got me into Fire Emblem, and it feels good to finally have beaten it. And I've been trying to play Three Houses, and as much as I like it, they add too much not fighting in between. Remember my complaints about Trails of Cold Steel?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I love the game, but there's that in between part where you got to go around and talk to all the students and so much banter and do these little activities. And like, I want
those games.
What?
It tends to be why people like those games.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the high school. I really gotta get back to that's another game that's on my list of like I gotta see it through because I'm like
social sim,
I'm
not
like
the high school.
several, yeah, like but I love the combat in it is why I want to play that and that's why I want to play Fire Emblem is I love the strategy. So that's my main complaint to that so far is like I love it's it's the same old refined battle system and all this stuff, but it's the getting to it. Like I wish I could just put it on like a classic mode where it's like the avatars with a brief exchange in between fights, and then it's like go here on the map and then fight. So I think I'm more for the lower tech games because they just kind of get right to the action with some little cutscenes, some little avatar conversations in between. And this was great. It reminded me why I love the series, playing Awakening again, and so happy to finish it. And then I was playing Wii U at home with the kids because they saw me bring it home the one day, and we played a bunch of Mario 3D World, which I was very far in. And it took a little longer because I was playing with the kids, but I managed to finish it off. When they went to bed, when I made the real progress, as expected, but we had fun playing it, and that's the main thing. But yeah, another game that I was pretty significantly far in. On paper, it looks like I played like 200 hours of games, and I wish that was the the truth. But yeah, I was just knocking some more out. That I'd say the shortest amount I played a game was Hyrule Warriors, and that was still probably like 3 hours. So that's longer than some games anyway. So I call that a victory. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually starting some new games. And I think the next game I'm going to start is between Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap, and I'll probably get going on Age of Calamity. Who knows? You know me. There's always going to be a wild card that I just throw in there. I've started playing Battletoads and that Dangerous Golf game. I don't know if I ever talked about it on here. It's the Dangerous Golf. Did I talk about it?
Nope.
Where it's like the crash mode from Burnout.
Yeah.
But it's golf, and you just destroy like a kitchen or a gas station, but you still have to like sink the putt, or else it cuts your points in half. So yeah, you're trying to do damage just like in the crashes, but you're also playing a game of golf.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. I love this game, but it's very long. I've been playing it quite a lot. It's kind of like my living room game where like someone's doing stuff on the other TV. I'm usually playing a couple levels of that. It's a ride. It's made from the same people who made Dangerous Driving and Danger Zone. I think it's some people from the same team that made the Burnout games. So yeah, it's on par with that quality. It's only like a small team of like I think 11 people make it. Really good stuff. I definitely recommend it. And there's a co-op thing. Like I really wish I could co-op this game with someone because it's just a riot. Anyway, long-winded. But yeah, that's what I beat since the last episode. I think I was about to beat Metal Slug 7. So that also before Breath of the Wild. But this year, this is what I beat.
Nice.
That's my end of my holy shit long ass rant. But what have you been playing? Good sir.
I'm still
besides the waiting game.
Cyberpunk.
Hell yeah.
Second playthrough, just kind of, taking my time, sweet time this time. I didn't rush by any means the first time. Like I pretty much did everything the first time through, but I didn't do all the random side jobs and stuff that just pop up on the map. So yeah,
I like doing those. Like, usually I kind of hate going, God, I gotta get out of the car again. But some of those are so fun that I was just like, hell yeah. It's more fun than what they're trying to get me to go do.
It's Cyberpunk or the CD Projekt Red strength is their characters, their stories, and their side quests, where it's not just go collect 10 things and bring them back. Like every other game.
Yeah, those little like random crimes. Sometimes it's just go shoot a couple of guys, and you're like, that's cool. I can do that. I never tired of shooting guys, especially when I had that ridiculous sniper rifle. It was just
if
like,
you look at the situation, you can like you can like deduce a few things that went down. Like look at the gang members or the people, the victims. Like there's always a story, even if they don't tell it to you.
oh yeah, that's the fun part. After you've killed everyone, you're like, oh, look what happened here. Besides all the brains on the wall.
Yeah.
There was previously brains on the wall.
But besides playing that, I actually put out a video, Streets of Rage 4 limited edition unboxing.
Yes, you goddamn did.
Yeah, I don't know. I question myself on if I put too much effort into unboxing videos for the reception, but I like doing it still. Eventually, it was somebody who's like actually interested in unboxing videos. Maybe stumbles across one of my unboxing videos. Maybe they'll be like, there's actually a pretty good unboxing video. Put a little effort into it.
I remember when I didn't know you and I saw your unbox video. I thought, pretty cool boxing video. Pretty cool.
Well, back then there were
you got to corner the market though. You know what you got to do is the reboxing video. Start with all the shit up, be like, here's all the shit, and then just chuck it back in the box.
Figure out how to put it all back in.
Yeah, it's like a tutorial. Like, how is this folded? Just watching you struggle to not rip the box, putting it back in because you folded something wrong.
That could be like a competition for like some of these board games.
Yeah.
Like I still have never been able to get my Dark Souls, the board game, like completely back in properly because like when I put the top on, there's like an inch gap where it just won't slide all the way to the bottom. It's like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I hear Gloomhaven is just the worst because that's 30 pounds of board game.
So like, why are you putting this away? We're not going to allow this. When you open it, it pulls like an air seal that like adds volume to everything, like a dinghy. When you pull the little air thing, it goes and just pops open. It's just like that. Like you may never put this away.
Yeah. At
most, you can put this on a shelf.
Right. But yeah, unboxing video. So check it out. And then just a shout out to a book release. Just because I got a little feature segments in there, or anecdote, or whatever you want to call it. But Brett Weiss just released his new book, the NES Omnibus. Or
what? Oh. You said I released a book and Brett Weiss helped. That's what you were saying to me earlier. But whatever. Okay.
I didn't, but it's the Omnibus Volume 1 A through L. So there's going to be 2 books, just like the Super Nintendo book that he released. Fantastic books. Highly recommend. I know there's some other like NES compendiums out there. Most of them, they're fine. I think Brett Weiss does a very good job. And he pulls in people for anecdotes and throws in a little extra information. And, he's a long-time published author, so he puts a lot of effort into his releases. Yeah, so...
I enjoy looking at him when I looked at the one at your house the one time, the Super Nintendo one. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. So I guess we can look at some upcoming games in the next couple weeks. Again, like I said last time, January is kind of a slower month.
It's a catch-up month after Christmas,
which I love it. I mean, last year I replayed Bloodborne. This year I'm replaying Cyberpunk, which I just replayed at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I find it comical. I can
say
that I'm replaying Cyberpunk this year. I beat it last year, which is true. Anyway,
it sounds like longer, but it's not been long.
It's immediately. But as we mentioned, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game complete edition, will be available by the time you listen to this podcast.
Hell yeah. Oh shit! I speaking of games, I want to play, and by the next time, I got that Wallachia Reign of Dracula from I don't know where I bought it from, some random Canadian site, limited site, and
Yeah,
but
still available right now too for anybody who is interested in checking that out. Kind of like Castlevania-ish, sort of. But I think one of the neater things about it is Mike from Dongled or Dude You Haven't Played This Game got to do a voice of one of the characters in the game.
That's pretty cool.
And he is a really cool guy. And if you haven't listened to XVGM Radio, I highly recommend it. Used to be Pixel Tunes Radio. It's a fantastic podcast about retro game music and modern game music even. Great podcast. Check it out.
Cool.
Sorry
to make us go on a tangent. What other games coming out, pal?
As far as stuff I'm interested in, not a ton else. Cyber Shadow, which I'm super stoked about. It's being published by Yacht Club, but developed by a different studio, which is okay, cool. But a lot of people are like, hey, it's the next Yacht Club game. It's kind of. But retro ninja platformer, I don't know, looks really cool. Don't know how to say much else about it. And then I feel like I mentioned this last time, but the Medium, or right? Did I mention the Medium last time? I feel like I did.
I don't believe so. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, might as well plug it again.
The Medium. Psychological horror game. Looks pretty neat. Kind of Silent Hill-ish in a way. I don't know.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much that I'm too interested in. I don't know. Because anything I seem to want to order costs significantly more to get it in Canada. And if I get it for the right price, it just goes and sit in my pile of shit at the mailbox. And with everything getting more locked down than less locked down, I've been just kind of saying fuck it about some stuff that I'm probably going to kick myself in the ass for later. But it's better than like spending money and that feels like you're just throwing it out the window because you're like, oh, yeah, I've got thousands of dollars of stuffs in there, but Yep. It feels like I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Limited Run and it hasn't showed up yet. But you know how long it's been? Some stuff from Limited Run showed up. So that's enough's enough. Can I get my stuff?
So then shout out to what's ongoings in the Cartridge Club. So the December Life is Strange podcast should be available soon. I know it was just recently recorded, a little bit of editing going on, so look forward to that. As I mentioned, the Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap, is Game of the Month for January. And you can play the remake or the original. Both are equally welcome because they are pretty much the same game. Besides,
some quality of life changes for the new one.
Yeah. And then February's Game of the Month is Ghostbusters, the video game.
Oh, man, that snuck up on me. Just kidding. I've been stoked for months. Play a game I've thoroughly played. Very quickly. So.
And then Quick Save Club, the December, January Game of the Month is Screamer 2, which is a racing game.
Whoa, you moved on too fast.
Did I?
Yes. Even though I've thoroughly played this game, word on the street is that the servers for the Xbox 360 version aren't closed yet, and I want to test this out. So if there's anyone listening that intends to play along with Prime that month and would like to test out and see if these servers are still up, I would love to play the online again. It's so fun. It's like it's a co-op, like you take co-op jobs and stuff, and it's kind of competitive because you can compete for score, but all together you really work together, or else you can't finish the job because you do it in like steps. So I really would love to play this again before they do close the servers, if they aren't already closed. But I read something that made me believe that they might still be open. And it wasn't that old, so here's hoping. I'm trying to round up a team to play, preferably on the 360. Because I know the remaster has 0 online.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only bummer I can say about that game. Still great though if you just want to play the story.
I just had a random thought as you were describing the online mode.
Yeah.
Is like, what if Starbreeze, who made Payday 2, did a Ghostbusters game? But it's not like
that would be sweet.
Where you like, you know, you have to like choose the gear you're gonna go for the certain jobs, and I don't know how that'd work.
One of these survival games like Call of Duty Zombies and shit, if they just did that with Ghostbusters and shit, it would be amazing.
Man, I'm not gonna be able to remember the name of the game now, but a friend was telling me about this game that I missed, like I didn't hear about it, but it's kind of that sort of premise, sort of like Left 4 Dead-ish.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on my Steam wish list. I could check that real quick because it sounds really cool, but it's supposed to be like insanely hard. Like even the developer in the store page was like, "This game is crazy hard." They're like,
the people who made it are like, "Fuck this game."
They're like, they seriously say, you should watch a Twitch stream or something before you decide to check out this game. Which is crazy. Like,
well, it's because they don't want to process refunds and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Do I got it on here? No, I don't. Why didn't I add it to my wish list? Why did I do that?
Because maybe you bought it and forgot.
I didn't, because
I've done that because I did that with Battletoads. Battletoads was on sale, and I think I bought it on like the Xbox app and saw that it was on sale. And several days later, like a week or two later, I was just on there playing that dangerous golf game. All since like Battletoads is ready to play, I'm like, huh?
Oh, I found
cool. I've been wanting to play that game. And then I asked my brother, who like we account share and whatever. Mm-hmm. So when he buys stuff, it shows up on my Xbox. I figured he bought it. He's like, no, I don't even know what that is. And I was like, And I was like, oh, yeah, I bought it. I'm just ridiculous.
So, yeah, so I had to look at the game again to remember why. So this game's been around for a while. It's an early access game, but I initially completely dismissed it based on its name alone. Like I saw the name and I was like, I'm not even going to look at this. But my friend came back and he's like, hey, this is pretty cool, man. Check it out. So I actually watched some stuff. It does look pretty cool, but the game is it's called Gtfo. So you see some sort of like hardcore 4-player cooperative first-person shooter called Gtfo. You're going to do the same thing I did, and you're just going to keep scrolling. But it actually looks like pretty crazy. Like it's very like I said, the developer says it's like seriously. They have a before you buy. They say Gtfo is seriously hard. You need dedication and teamwork to survive. This is not a run and gun game. Please watch a stream or a YouTube clip so you know what you are getting into.
And if you don't like it, GTFO.
Right?
Like, well, I mean, like, yeah, I just remember when Dark Souls first came out. People were like, oh man, that looks like a cool like Devil May Cry kind of game. And they played and they're like, this game sucks. It's so hard. And like, you didn't obviously watch an actual trailer of it then, because the trailer is like, you're gonna die a lot. That's like mainly what it's telling you. Yeah, this looks cool. It's a lot of fun, but also you're probably gonna get mad because you're gonna die a lot, like a lot.
So like usually taglines lie to us.
Yeah, you'll die. Oh yeah, sure. Well,
or they listen to Nintendo's prepare for challenges ahead.
Yeah, so you reshare that disappointment again.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my god.
Well, they don't want people thinking that Nintendo's going around threatening them. So Nintendo just say it was going to kill me.
Prepare for tough challenges ahead. Can't say prepare to die, but we'll advertise you Senran Kagura games.
Right.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's about it. What's coming up in March again? We need to shout that out. What's up in March?
March. Well, we get there. Usually I'll do that within podcast's reach, but March is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mania.
Goddamn right it's going to be. I'm actually going to start. The only one that I feel I've got to practice, I'm going to start practicing a little bit ahead of time because that's going to be the first one I'm going for.
Tournament Fighters? You gotta
No,
practice for Tournament Fighters?
no, just the first one on NES. It's the only thing I got. Tournament Fighters is.
Yeah.
Depends on what you play it on. NES. I think the NES one is the only one where it absolutely steamrolls you because it's stupid. I remember like trying to play it and get into like one or two fights and be like, wow.
It's just Nintendo hard is all. Well,
Yeah.
there's a few spots you just need to look up like the proper way to deal with it. And
Well, look at the moves really is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you got the, I don't have, that's the only one I don't own. Like I own both other versions of Tournament Fighters, but that's the only Turtles game that I do not own physically. I own every single other one.
what?
Yeah, because it's like because it's a super expensive piece of shit. And I'm like,
super expensive? Original Ninja Turtles? Are we
no,
talking about
Tournament Fighters.
Oh, Tournament Fighters. I thought you were talking about.
It's like the game that nobody had for some reason, even people who like Ninja Turtles. And it's like I don't know, it's like $100 or something. I don't know. I haven't checked. I'm sure it's went up with COVID, but I'm pretty sure like the cheapest I've ever seen it was like $90.
I'm sure.
I'm not willing to pay that for a game I honestly will just put on the shelf. And only, if I can get it by the end of February, maybe I would make the purchase just to play through every one of them. But
holy, okay.
I've played it.
It's up. It's all over the place, though. I got one.
It always has been. It's been like I've seen it for 150, 90.
Yeah, 130, 170, 100, 145, 160, 140, 115. Those are all recent sales. 200.
Yeah, so that's why I don't own that one, but I own like everything else. I own all the Game Boy, all the Game Boy Advance, DS, Wii. Not every instance of every game. Like I don't own the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 versions of those games, but I own a copy of every game. And if it's any different, I do own the other version. Like the Sega and Super Nintendo versions of Tournament Fighters are different too. But the only one that I don't own that's a different version of a game is the NES Tournament Fighters. So I will be playing through my personal copies of all these games.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of them I haven't beaten. Like I've played pretty much all of them, but I it became a collecting goal about 2 years ago, I think, to kind of how many are left? And I looked them all up, and while I was looking them up, I just added them to a cart, and I was like, you know what? That's affordable. And I just clicked buy it. Yeah, the only one I took out was Tournament Fighters because I was like, yeah, probably not this one, but we'll just keep throwing it in the cart to see what it's going to cost me to finish this collection. And there's even there's a delisted digital one for the 360 I have still. I think it's called Out of the Shadows. And that was that's pretty cool. And so I have that one too. So everything else physical, and I have that one digitally. And I have that stupid training layer thing. I don't think I need to beat that one again though, but yeah. It's like 15-minute beat anyway. So yeah.
Cool. All right. So as we kind of close things out here, sort of mentioned what you're going to be doing and playing the next couple weeks. You want to mention again what you're going to be playing in the next couple weeks?
No.
Too bad.
Wallachia, Dragon's Trap. I don't remember what I said. I've already forgotten. The other one I was gonna start. I don't know. Age of Calamity maybe.
3 Houses.
And yeah, 3 houses I've been chipping away at too, but I think it's gonna be a while. I gotta be in the mood for the walking around and talking to people instead of just going button mash, button mash, button mash. Okay, cool, I'm at a fight.
Yeah.
It makes you physically walk around to these people. I'm like, come on, man. So once I can get past that hurdle, I'll probably get into it. It doesn't bug me doing that if I care about what's going on, but when I feel like it's just making me do it, I'm like, I don't even know who this character is, and I don't. This isn't helping me care about them at all. Yeah,
that's how you get to know them. Let's talk to them.
Yeah, like I say, Trails of Cold Steel. Well, like it, I saw the point to it. I just, I just wasn't in the mood for that all the time. Sometimes I just want to play games and kill shit. When I play games a lot of the time, I'm very tired. So stuff I find kind of boring, like, multiplies how boring it is to me. I'm like, holy shit, can I just go slash or shoot or something? Because something to keep me awake. When a story is really compelling, and that's not a problem, but if I'm not immediately compelled by games, I get kind of ADD with it. It's what it is.
Yep.
Well, what are you going to be playing the next couple weeks?
Yeah, so I'll be playing, of course, more Cyberpunk. Gonna be considering my options for Scott Pilgrim. See what's up. See what's up with that. I'll probably pick it up digitally.
It's not been that long since I played it, so I'm not gonna grab it digital. I'll just get the physical copy and just be happy to own it. And then be angry if someone else says, "Oh yeah, we are also selling it on Amazon," and you'll actually get it.
Yeah,
because that's the thing.
And then I might, as with all the other DLC releases for Bloodstained, jump into all those immediately. So I'll probably check out some Bloodstained here.
I won't. I doubt it. You won't do it?
Probably will. Probably. We'll see. I don't know. Cyberpunk's pretty much like all I want to do. It's like I had to make a decision to do other things.
Well, the way I stopped playing Cyberpunk is the way I stopped playing Skyrim. Is where I just bookmarked it and threw it at my brother.
Oh,
here, borrow it, or else I'll keep playing it. Because I was playing it. It's all I played for like a month.
I'll move on once I finish it. So
and then I beat it. I got all the achievements. Okay, I'm like, there's still stuff to do. I was I know they're coming out with add-ons.
I got a clear goal.
So I threw it at my brother and said, "Okay, borrow this till the DLCs come out," and it became his problem. It was like the Ring tape. It's your problem now.
Yeah.
And I went out into the world a little bit in real life after that because I'm always kind of a homebody, but it was pretty bad. I don't think a game's ever locked me up like Skyrim did.
What happened?
I play quite a bit of games, but I played quite a bit of Skyrim.
Yep.
Well, that's been a good episode. I think we've talked enough about some video games for 2 weeks. We can do it again
for sure. So we'll let people know how they can get a hold of us if they would like to, and I hope you do. For the podcast, Game Tenants Podcast is available on YouTube and SoundCloud and your favorite podcast apps.
Check back often. Don't wait for my Facebook post or my tweet about it because I am shitty.
Yeah.
Just take initiative, please.
So if you want to get a hold of me, I am on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as The Game Grinder. And Jason is also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as Corpse Flood Gaming.
I'm there. Yeah. Hopefully I'll have a video out by the next episode. Not just another episode of Enabler Bros, which will probably also be out before our next episode. But I'm working on one. Just hope we can finish filming it. It's a lengthy process.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Game Tenants Podcast. Thank you very much for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.